What's up, YouTube? Today we are going to be looking into the house of Tova Beverly Hills with a fragrance for men called Handsome. This fragrance was brought to my attention by a coworker of mine. He wanted me to do a review on it, and I said, sure, why not? He's an older gentleman that I work with. We'll call him Vintage. Just kidding, Bob. You know you're my pumpkin. But anyways, a little bit about the house of Tova. In case you probably haven't heard of it, Tova Beverly Hills was a beauty company started by Tova Beverly, wife of Ernest Beverly, and it was originally, her products were originally designed to hit department stores, but the deal fell through or something like that, so her line ended up being showcased on QVC, the Home Shopping Network, where I believe, Bob, is where your wife picked this up for you. I was a little nervous at first, Bob, because you brought that bottle and boy, she is vintage looking. And I was like, man, what do I have myself in for? But you know what? Wow. Great packages can come with not so good looking covers, I tell you that, because you have got yourself, I believe, a classic here. A classic that will probably not get enough attention like it should, especially now that it's discontinued. I mean, I think you used to be able to get this stuff for like 40 bucks or something like that. But now, the only place to find it is on eBay, and they're selling for like 150 bucks a crack. So yeah, she's spendy, but is it worth it? I don't know. That's really up to you to be the judge, but damn, this is excellent juice for sure. Now, the notes that you have found in this fragrance from 1995 is green notes, pale rose accord, orange flower, and lime. And at the heart, you've got geranium, lavender, jasmine, cedarwood, and patchouli. And at the base, you've got tobacco, oak moss, and vanilla. When I first sniffed this, when I first put this on, I was like, holy smokes, this is Ego West, Chanel's Ego West with the tobacco cranked up. And you know what? It's definitely in the same family as that. Quality juice, no doubt about that. Now this fragrance is like Ego West, no doubt about that, but Tova is just a little bit darker and a little bit more distinguished, I believe. There's no cinnamon in Tova. There's patchouli going on in Tova, where in Ego West there is not. The tobacco is amped up a little bit more in Tova, but there are a lot of similarities going on. You've got the lavender in there. You've got the rose sitting on a woody vanillic base. You've got that dried fruit accord in there going on at the top. And how Tova goes on throughout the day on my skin, it does start off with that fruit at the top. And you see the fruit in the notes, but it's not like a real noticeable, bright, shiny fruit like you find in fresh fragrances. It's more of like a dried fruit accord going on, mixed in with the patchouli and lavender at the top, and definitely has a balmy, heavier feel to it because of the vanillic base that it's sitting on. And the patchouli for me, let's talk about the patchouli for a little bit. I'm not really a huge fan of patchouli in fragrances, especially mixed with sweetness in fragrances like fruit or a sweet flower or something, because for me it kind of makes the fragrance appear to my nose as having a sick quality, like it's ill, like it's under the weather, like it needs some medicine or a few days to get better. I don't know, that's just how it comes off to me. Some people may love it. It does pull off a distinguished feel in this fragrance, no doubt about that, but it's definitely not overbearing. I can take it, and I still really have a large appreciation for this fragrance. So as we fade into the heart, the sweetness gets taken over by the rose in this, but the rose is definitely not loud. You're just left with the sweet factor of the rose, still mixed with the lavender and patchouli, and the woody vanillic base picks up a little bit. The oriental side of this fragrance starts getting a little bit louder, and as I fade off into the final hours of this fragrance, boy, it just turns in for one hell of a dry down. People that might find this fragrance a little too vintage or old school at the top, I probably would bet that you would absolutely love this dry down, that woody vanillic dry down, and I am not a fan of vanilla, so this definitely does not turn into a vanilla bomb. It's mixed very awesomely, very smooth with the cedarwood. You just have this awesome woody vanillic base that is to die for, man. Oh, good stuff. And this fragrance, I get about 8 to 10 hours out of it, and it is a projection beast just like Ego West. A little definitely goes a long way. This fragrance ends up getting very high marks from me. I would give this one a 4 out of 5, no doubt about that. This is a fragrance that should be going down in the books with a classic like Ego West. For sure, quality juice, well done. If you're looking for a classic, vintage, distinguished fragrance, boy, this is it. What comes to my mind when I'm wearing this fragrance, like what scenery this fits perfect for, is like a distinguished older gentleman sitting in his den, sipping on brandy and smoking a cigar on a fall day. Perfect for that. This fragrance is definitely fit better for cooler weather, for sure, because it sits a little bit heavier. And Bob, if your wife, well, doesn't want to spend $150 for this stuff on eBay, I highly recommend that you look into Chanel's Ego West. I'm pretty sure that will not let you down if you still love this and don't want to give it up after your bottle's gone. I ended up giving the bottle back to him because what the hell do I need it for? But I stole some, of course, Bob. If you come across threads of people talking about this out there, I know there's some on Base Notes and other places as well, you will come across very favorable talk on this one, but I have a feeling this is one that's just going to get lost in the shuffle, discontinued, and it's gone. Poof, who's going to really talk about Tova Beverly Hills? I don't know. I am. I know Brad did. And as far as the women at work go, Bob, you are going to be very pleased to hear this because not one person said anything bad about it. In fact, I got some pretty damn good faces, and I'm talking about all age ranges. I'm talking about 18 to 60. All the ladies there flippin' loved it, Bob. And I'm not talking about just like, yeah, it's okay. I'm talking about, yeah, that smells really good. You know, really enthused, energetic reactions to this fragrance. So that's awesome. You got yourself a keeper. You're probably glad I gave your bottle back to you now. I want it back. I'm just kidding. But, that is it. If you guys ever get a chance to check out Tova and you're interested in the vintage classic feel fragrance that's definitely quality, this is one of them for sure. No doubt about that. Should be sitting right next to Ego West. Definitely. Same genre. Killer juice. But that's it, guys. You guys take care. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you soon.